Imagine your car sitting in the parking lot and suddenly it goes boom. Crazy, right? Well, that's exactly the type of situation electric cars are putting people in. We all know that they burn, but now they are catching fire for no apparent reason. And the worst part is that most automakers don't have a way to solve this problem. EV owners are fed up at this point. But what exactly is the cause of these EV fires? How bad is the problem? Well, let's find out. China is leading the way in electric vehicles, being the world's largest electric vehicle maker with the most advanced charging infrastructure. It's no wonder that the country with the second largest population, China, also leads the world in electric vehicle fire incidents. The situation has become so serious that Chinese authorities are no longer allowed to share data on these incidents. The last official data we received was 3 years ago, when we found out that there were over 3,000 incidents in 2021 alone. Considering the huge growth in the electric vehicle market since then, it's safe to assume that the number is much higher now. In China, fire incidents involving electric vehicles are happening every day. Many of these incidents are captured by security cameras and shared on social media platforms. One notable incident occurred a few months ago in Hong Kong at the Kowloon Bay charging station. A 53-year-old woman was driving a BYD electric vehicle when it suddenly caught fire. Fortunately, she was able to move away to a safe distance before the car was completely engulfed in flames. Now, before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, do well to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to show your support. If you've done that, let's continue. In addition to incidents at charging stations, there have been cases of electric vehicles catching fire while driving. While it's somewhat understandable how this might happen, it's puzzling when a plug-in vehicle catches fire while parked and not connected to a charger. Unfortunately, such incidents are quite common, with one occurring at HJA Auto City not too long ago. Because of a minor mistake in the battery design or a related part, smoke started coming out of one of the EVs on display. Luckily, the staff managed to push the smoking car out of the building and leave it in the parking lot. Even though the firefighters acted quickly, they couldn't put out the fire and the vehicle was completely destroyed by flames. And that's not all. Even the famous electric vehicle automaker BYD had a lot of this type of fire incident. There have been 10 fires at their showrooms. People often think electric cars catch fire easily, but experts say they're actually less likely than traditional cars with gasoline engines, especially hybrids. The challenge with electric cars is that once a fire starts, it's harder to put out. Also, fires in electric vehicles aren't as common as some might think, and BYD, a Chinese electric car company, has had its fair share. Despite these incidents, BYD is seen as one of Tesla's main competitors, and they're doing really well in terms of technology and sales. It looks like BYD's cars have a higher risk of catching fire compared to other plug-in vehicles, especially considering the recent incidents at their showrooms. Another BYD car caught fire, this time at their showroom in Fuzhou, the capital of the Chinese province, Fuan. Once again, it happened while the car was parked and seemingly for no reason. A video of the incident spread quickly online, showing the showroom burning almost entirely. According to NTD TV, this is the 10th such case since 2021. Once again, the firefighters had a tough time putting out the fire. Despite having 29 firefighters and 7 fire trucks on the scene, they battled the blaze for a whole hour without success. The entire building, along with the electric vehicles parked inside, was in serious flames. Thankfully, no one got hurt during the incident. Now, here's the thing. This incident couldn't have happened at a worse time for BYD. Despite selling a lot of cars, they're having trouble growing their business to reach more customers. Right now, most of their sales, about 95%, are in China. Still, on car fire, the Jaguar I-Pace isn't doing much better. Jaguar and Land Rover are famous for having cars that break down a lot, so it's not surprising that their electric car, the I-Pace, isn't any different. It seems like Jaguar is sticking to its reputation for making cars that aren't very reliable, even when it comes to electric ones. The Jaguar I-Pace has been having a lot of fire incidents recently. especially at charging stations. They had to take action and recall the cars last year. They recalled over 6,400 IPace models that were sold in the US because of a problem with the lithium-ion batteries. These batteries were made by LG Energy, and all the IPace cars were built at Magna Street's GR Vehicle Assembly Plant in Austria. The recall covered models made between 2019 and 2024. But the troubles didn't stop there. It was discovered that the first recall didn't fix everything, so Jaguar had to issue another safety recall just a few months later. This time they recalled 200 more units because they hadn't received the necessary software update. What's even more crazy is that Jaguar told owners that even after the updates, they still needed to charge their IPace cars outside for 30 days. As part of a software update, Jaguar included a new feature that limits the battery's charging capacity to 75% if it detects a problem. If this happens, the car will tell the driver to go to a dealer as soon as possible. Another crazy fire incident worth mentioning is the Volkswagen toll incident. Despite the possibility that Chinese quality standards might be lower than those of Western automakers, the market still has high expectations regarding safety. In China, there's a rule that electric vehicles must stay safe for at least 30 minutes after a crash. This gives everyone enough time to get out before the damaged car potentially catches fire. However, it seems that some plug-in vehicles don't meet this requirement, even though they're being sold in China. We found out about this after the toll incident last year, which was one of the deadliest cases of a plug-in vehicle catching fire, resulting in the tragic deaths of 4 people. The incident occurred when an electric Volkswagen crashed into a toll station on the Hangzhou Highway. It was revealed that the all-electric VW couldn't meet the requirement of staying safe for 30 minutes after a crash. Instead, it caught fire immediately upon impact, leaving passengers no time to escape, which heightened safety concerns even further. Despite the quick response from firefighters, they couldn't extinguish the fire, and the vehicle was completely destroyed by the flames. In addition to safety concerns, this incident also had a negative impact on the popularity of the German brand in China. Chinese sources report a 25% decrease in sales numbers following the incident. Just refresh your memory, Volkswagen currently sells 3 electric cars in the region: the ID3, the ID4, and the ID6. However, fire concerns aren't limited to the Chinese market alone. Similar incidents are occurring in other parts of the world, including America, which has been one of the slowest adopters of electric vehicles. Just last year, there was a fire incident involving an all-electric pickup truck. The truck caught fire before it could be delivered to its new owner, right in the parking lot of the Dearborn plant. In the footage, you can see the fire spreading to a couple of nearby F-150 models. It started with smoke, but soon flames were towering several feet above the vehicles. While the footage doesn't show how long it took to put out the fire, witnesses say firefighters battled the flames for hours. After a brief investigation, it was discovered that the pickup truck wasn't plugged into a charger. It was just parked in the designated parking lot. The fire was caused by a flaw in the battery design, prompting Ford to halt production for about a month. But this wasn't the only fire incident to occur in North America. Before that, Chevrolet had to recall over 100,000 vehicles due to fire concerns. Flaws in the battery design and issues with the seatbelt pretension or deployment increase the risk of fire, leaving GM with no choice but to recall most of these electric vehicles for repairs. They even advised Bolt owners to keep their vehicles away from other cars when parked outside. So, why do EVs catch fire so easily? Well, there are several reasons. One common cause is something called thermal runaway, which occurs when the battery overheats. High temperatures can cause the electrolytes inside the battery to ignite. Additionally, there's the risk of short circuits, which can happen for various reasons, like damage to the separator between the battery's anode and cathode. When a short occurs, it often leads to a rapid increase in temperature and the possibility of ignition. As we've seen, batteries are easily damaged in accidents, which can result in internal short circuits or cell rupture, both of which can cause fires. Also, manufacturing defects are common in mass-produced EVs. These defects can include issues with the separator within the battery or faulty components in the battery management system. When the battery management system fails to regulate temperature and voltage properly, the risk of overheating increases significantly. There are many possible causes of electric car fires, including overcharging, over-discharging, and exposure to extreme temperatures. Despite this, many experts argue that plug-in vehicles actually catch fire less often than internal combustion cars, which is technically true. However, the challenge lies in the fact that standard firefighting techniques, such as using water, aren't very effective for these fires. Foam and dry chemicals also have limited effectiveness, and there's a high risk of reignition. All of this leads to the conclusion that even though their fires are rarer, they pose a significantly higher safety risk compared to fires in internal combustion cars. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video, and if you've enjoyed it, do well to click on the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to check other videos on our playlist. We've got some amazing content for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.